Hi there. I'm back with another look at ways to customize your word search puzzle. In a previous video, I showed you how I used the puzzle generator tool from Bow's Publishing to create a set of word search puzzles based off essential oils. And so, what I've gone in and started doing is customizing the puzzle. I've created two potential cover pages for my set of word search puzzles, and I got this clip art from Creative Fabrica, which is one of my favorite spots to find clip art and fonts and things like that. Even these fonts here came from Creative Fabrica as well. So I started at the end of the previous video, I started doing a little customization. When I ran the puzzle generator, all the puzzles came out looking like this format. And I want to go to something like this format. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So first of all, you'll notice that my table looks different in the one that came out of puzzle generator from this one. So if I wanted to style the other word search puzzle tables exactly like this, what I could do is click on here, and then I'm going to use another add-in that I have in my PowerPoint, which is called BrightSlide. And when you add PowerPoint add-ins to your PowerPoint software, then it creates another little tab across here. So on the BrightSlide, what I would do is click on this multi-painter tool. And now you see how my cursor looks like a little brush. And that would allow me to go to another page and apply that change. And so it's going to start working, and it's going to go through and format that table to look exactly like my previous table that I copied the formatting from. Okay, so it'll take it a few minutes to work. So I'm just going to let that roll through. Because it's going in and updating all of the cells in the table. And one thing about this particular plugin, I will have to go on each page to make the change, but it's easier to do that than trying to go in and resize all of the tables and things myself by hand. So, like I said, it'll take it a few seconds or a few minutes to process before we could move forward. And you see, you don't realize how many cells is actually making up this word search table. But if you remember, or if you've seen the original video, we created a table of 20 rows by 20 columns. So that's why it takes it a little bit to process. While that's working, I will point out that you'll notice that I have added these little guidelines here, and that just will help me to keep my table placed in the same location as the original one when I go in and make the changes to the table size. Okay, and it does take a few minutes for it to work, but it should be finished in a little bit. And I will be sure to create add a link to the previous video so you can see that if you haven't already watched it, so you can see how I initially generated the puzzles using the puzzle generator PowerPoint add-in. And one thing to note, Luke does have software that you can create these puzzles that doesn't require you to have PowerPoint. However, I don't really utilize them just because PowerPoint is one of my favorite tools to create printables and things like that. So I like having the ability to work directly inside of PowerPoint. But if you're not someone who that actually use PowerPoint, you can still take a look at some of the mini tools he have available for publishers. You know, if you create on Amazon KDP, Etsy, or any type of printables or things for sale, he's a great person shop to look to check out because there's lots of different games and tools that he have. And let's dive back into customizing our word search puzzles. So I went here and I've changed the bottom portion to have a little light pink. So what I can do, I went to the BrightSlide and I clicked on the multi-painter tool, and I did the same thing for it as I did for the word search part of it, and it's just going to format it exactly the same, and I can go through each one of them and make the change on there. um okay, and once I have each of them done like I want it, I can switch over to something else. So it's basically the same thing. You format one table and then you click on this bright slide thing, go to multi painter for, and it will format them all the same way. Okay, so I'm gonna unclick that so that I can move to another section. So if you notice here on this first page here, one of the things that I have is I have this little header bar and I have this frame and image down here. If I wanted to quickly have the same type of setup for each page, what I can utilize is what's called master pages in PowerPoint. And so what I can do is I can copy. I'm going to click on the images that I want to copy. I'm going to hold down my shift key for those images, and I'm going to click Control C on my keyboard, and then I'm going to go into View, Slide Master, and I'm going to click on one of these empty pages here. I'm going to clear out this and I'm going to click Paste. And so this is giving me the format for a master page. And you don't, anytime something is over in this part on PowerPoint, it will not actually print on the when you get ready to print it. So it's fine if something hangs out, or even if you put things over here, because it won't be printed on the document. So now I'm going to close out the master view. And as you see, nothing really changed because I just set up a particular option for a master page. But if I click down here on this second puzzle, and then I go to layout and pick this layout that I just created, then it's going to put this image, it's going to put that page there. Now this is in the background. Notice this looks different from here because this part is actually in front. So what I might want to do if I'm going to utilize this is, rather than having this pink down here, either I would want to change this from being a shading to having no fill, and that way I can easily see um my images there, or I would need to reposition it on my master slide so that it doesn't interfere with the others. So this is how it looks on the master slide, like that, um with the with this as the background. Notice here on this one, this is kind of out of position because I need to scoot this down so that it stays in alignment with the others. So I had added these guys onto my screen, and the guide, you can see that from going to view and going to guides. If I click it, there it is. So I had added 2 horizontal guides on here to let me know where to put my thing. I think, well, I do like that little shading on there. I might for ease of use, I may just remove the shading so that I don't have to worry about reformatting here. The other thing that's different is this here, and you can do the same thing. I can either use that format painter, or I could just simply go in and change the font here size. So this is what font is this? This is Brown Carolina Sands that I got from uh Creative Fabrica. And then this one is a totally different font, which is Calibre. um so what I could do is go to here to replace and click on replace fonts. So I could tell it that I want to replace Calibre with I think it was Brown Carolina Sands. Where did it go? Replace, and then that's going to go through my document and change out every place that I have a Calibre is going to swap out and change it to Brown Carolina Sands. Now, you want to be careful with using that option, because if I have other fonts, other sections in my document that are using Calibre, then it's going to change all instances. Like if this down here, where if my word list is actually in Calibre, it's going to change it to Brown Carolina Sands as well. And I forgot to check that, so I'm not sure if it is, but it'll go through. And it's going to try to look through it. My computer is kind of freezing a little bit just because I have so many windows open, and I'm going through and making changes on there. But hopefully in just a minute it'll straighten out. Okay, so it looked like this saved most of it. And yeah, that's Calibre, so I shouldn't have really utilized that. So let's see. I think I got another. Let's do it the opposite way. Okay, this is around 32. And let's change. I want to change it to the brown Carolina. I think that's Sands. I really can't see that. Yeah, and I want to change it to 32. I want the color to be black. Why am I doing that? Okay. Okay, and so now it has gone through and changed each one of those fonts for this particular title to that. Okay, so I will still have to do some, a little bit of rearranging it for it to come across here. And I think I'm going to change this back to filling that with just white instead of, or no fill. Okay, and so where the beauty of using the master pages for this is that I can select multiple pages. I can go from here and as I was saying, one of the benefits of using this master slide in PowerPoint is that you can easily change out multiple pages at one time. So for instance, if I click here on page 7, scroll all the way down to my last puzzle, then I can go to layout and I can change the layout for each of those pages at one time. Now again, I'll need to tidy this up because to bring my page down in alignment with the others, and I'll need to change out the coloring and all, but this is one quick way. So then if I wanted to create a different master slide, then I could go on another one and I could do something like, so for this one, if I just wanted to do the grass and that, hold down my shift, Control C to copy, Control V to paste on my board and close out. And then I can go from the first page down to here, and I can go back up to layout and change it here. And now, just like that, I've changed out multiple pages from having the little gnome on the side to simply having just a little grass border behind there. Now, I didn't do this one because this is actually on the front page of on here, because this is where I first copied from. But if I wanted to remove that, then I could easily go in here and change my layout to one of the others. So I could do that. I could do that. So that's the master view is another one of the features that I really like in PowerPoint. And you can create multiple master views, and it gives you the option to easily swap out your templates, the look of your page. So if I wanted to do, and I don't think I have actually, let's see. This is not the best example, but just so that you can see it. If I wanted to do something with the border to be fuller, I could do that, and I could close out. highlight the pages that I want to make the change to, pick my layout, and that could be a page. So you can see how I can get totally different looks. I could even do a full page background if I wanted to. I don't think I have any papers handy, but this wouldn't match, but just say for instance, if I wanted to add this image, and then I wanted it to be much softer so that the person could actually see the puzzle, then I could go here, change that layout, pick that, and boom, I have a totally different look. So this is one of the things that I really like utilizing PowerPoint for, is because of that master slide view. And while I do use Canva for a lot of things as well, they don't yet have the same ability with the master slide as PowerPoint. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed a look at ways of how you can easily change up the look of your word search puzzles after you've utilized that puzzle generator. And remember, if you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.